the real Jews according to the Bible?
They are black unto the ground.
He said these men are black unto the ground, man. Just like you. But we're not really black, we're brown. Now read the description of Christ.
The book of Revelation 1:14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Let me ask you a question. Who got woolly hair on the planet? You don't know? Look at this guy. Be honest. Does he look like he got woolly hair on? Matter of fact, I got the wrong picture. Somebody give me that picture. Yeah. Let me show you something. Read that again.
Revelation 1:14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Alright, put it like this. Which image describes white woolly hair? The black guy, right? So we're gonna keep reading. And you're gonna learn something that these people that enslaved us been lying. Read.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Now this image right here got blue eyes. That's another lie. See how they lie to us? We're reading out the Holy Bible. Something they supposed to read out in the church, but they don't. The pastor keep telling our people lies because he wants to rinse our people money out. He wants to rinse their pockets out, steal their money. Never telling them the truth. We ain't asking nobody for nothing. But we out here telling them the truth according to the Bible because we storing up riches in the kingdom. When Christ give us this kingdom, guess what? Them devils like that walking behind me, they're going to be our slaves in the kingdom. We're going to beat them to the white meat. They're going to have to work in these gas stations and these corporations for us. That's what the whole Bible was about. It seemed like ain't going. But you got to understand, that's why they killed Christ, because he spoke the truth the same way we speak. Christ ain't no sister white boy. We read about how he looked now. And we're going to show you that he was a man of war. Give me Exodus 15:3. Christ wasn't no sister, that he was a soldier. Read.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Now, you know what color brass look like? You got a penny in your pocket? Matter of fact, you ain't got a penny. Neither do I. Guess what? Which man looks like he got skin of brass? Brass is brown. The one on the right. Oh, your left, right? Read.
And if they
Burn it right, brother. Slow down.
as if they burned in a furnace.
He said as if they burned in the furnace. Now, what person on this sign right here looked like they came up out the oven? Does he look like he came out the oven? Hell no. So what we're showing you is that these people that enslaved us been telling us lies, and we out here to expose them lies. Just like we proved that if they add to God's word, they're going to be found a liar. But let me give you the history on that dude. This is that same dude right here. His father, Rodrigo Bogier, hired Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo. You ever heard of them? I know they boast about them in school that they were famous painters. But he hired these two homosexuals to paint this image to deceive our people in slavery. See what I'm saying? Read. Listen to this.
The book of Exodus, chapter 15 and verse 3.
We're showing you that Christ wasn't nobody to play with. Because when Christ got mad, if you read the New Testament, he went in the churches and beat the people with cords because they wasn't supposed to be selling in the church like they do today. Selling French fries, pork chops, all those disgusting and detestable things that God don't like. But they selling them in the church. Read.
The Lord is a man of war.
What is God?
The Lord is a man of war.
See, God is a man of war, and we men of war out here. That's why we stand up boldly for our God. You don't got no question. You don't want to understand that one day we going to rule this planet, and that these people that did this to us, they're going to be our slaves. We're going to give you a paper to take home so you can look these scriptures up. You got a Bible? Yo, you got King James Bible? You can download the King James Bible app on your phone and look these scriptures up. You're going to know we tell you the truth, man. That's what we out here for, man. You know what I mean? The time is running out. You don't got no questions? You should have some type of question. Like, what's going to happen to the white people? Like, okay, what God requires of us? Do you know what God requires you? I'm going to leave this last one to you, unless you want to stick around and listen. Because we're going to rule this planet one day. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now, Israel, what does the Lord your God require?
Have you ever, since our king, have you ever read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation? He's only talking about Israel, or Israelites, or Jacob. Do you know who those people are? You.
Right.
You are Israelite from the tribe of Judah. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we are the Israelites because we match Bible prophecy of the evil things that will happen to us in these last days. So that's why we come out to wake our people up. And nobody can refute anything we say because we're coming out the Bible. Pastors run from us dead because they know we tell the truth. Read.
What does the Lord your God require of you? But to fear the Lord your God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord your God with all your mind and with all your soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord.
So that's what the Lord requires us to keep the commandments of the Heavenly Father. Like on that paper, what you see on that paper? You see a young man at the Bible getting gunned down by the police. No. You know that's written in the Bible? Let me show you. Because look at the question. A lot of, see, you look like you're smart. A lot of our people that across this country getting gunned down, right? What happens to those cops when those kids or those men or those women get gunned down? Do they go to jail? No, right? Let's find out if that's Bible prophecy.
The book of Zechariah, chapter 11 and verse 5. Whose possessors slay them.
You know we in their possession, that we still in slavery to this day. You know why? Because we're not free. They constantly teaching us the same lies, telling us that we were just slaves. They're hiding the fact that we used to rule the planet. That's why they pay billions of dollars to change our name every so often. We went from nigger to color to black to Afro-American to now African-American. Why y'all keep changing our names? Because they don't ever want us to know to find out that we God-chosen people.
That's
we
right.
the Israelites. And that when we find out who we are and we repent and turn back to our God, they have no more power over us. Understand? When our Savior cracked that sky, they've been teaching this lie so long that Christ is a so-called white man. When our Savior cracked that sky, they're going to see all them dark-skinned angels, and they're going to be like, what the fuck? They're going to know we messed up in that day.
That's right.
Because look, we can't even walk in their neighborhood 3 deep without them calling the cops in. Well, guess when they see the whole sky filled with dark-skinned people, they're going to be scared to death. And he coming to bring vengeance on these other nations.
Right.
Watch this, read. Read that again.
Verse 5. Whose possessors slay them, and hold themselves not guilty. Whose possessors slay them, and hold themselves not guilty.
Sandra Bland, you heard of her? How about Eric Gordon?
Not guilty.
Oscar Grant?
Not guilty.
Huh? Philando Castile?
Not guilty.
Read on.
And they that sell them say,
Who sold us in slavery? He said, they that sell them say. That's why these devils last week we was out here, they got mad and tried to make us move. Because they don't want it. They want us to be out here teaching that same doctrine and Christianity that they told to our neighbors. You ever went to church? When you go to, when you was little? So when you, oh man, I'm sorry, when my past came. Oh, okay, I'm sorry to hear that, but your grandmother take you to church?
She don't like got time.
She don't got time, that's good. Because you ain't supposed to be in church nowhere. You know where the church is? The church is right here, right now.
That's
right.
Because we actually feeding our people what's actually written in the Bible. So the reason I asked you, did you go to church? Because when you actually go to church, when I used to go to church when I was young, I was in there like this. Man, is it over? You know why you was in there like that? Because it really wasn't the message of God. Because the message of God, they speak God's words. Like how you speaking us out, like how you hear her speaking right now. See what I'm saying? You don't got no questions until you came everything about it. You want to know what's going to happen to the people that did this? I'll read that last one too. Get that. You show what's going to happen to you. You know what the word captivity means? Alright, so we're going to check it. Captivity means slavery. Watch this.
Revelation. 19:9. If any man have an ear,
That's your word, right? You hear what we're saying, right?
let him hear. He that leads to captivity.
Who led our people into captivity? The word captivity means slavery. So who led the real Jews in slavery? What that say right there? What that look like right there? That's slavery, right? So it's saying he that leads into slavery, right? Who led our people into slavery? You know the history behind it? Who did it? You don't know the white people did it? White people did it. See what I'm saying? Then they hang our mothers, hang our foremothers, decapitate our forefathers, whip their back to the white meat. Give me Malachi, give me that Micah 3, man. You know what I want. Know how we gonna beat them to pieces. Yeah, give me that Micah 3. And we're gonna do the same thing they did to us. They don't realize it. Read.
Shall go into captivity.
He said, he that leads into slavery shall go into slavery. So these Caucasians didn't lead African Americans into slavery. They led the real Jews, the children of Israel, into slavery. How do we know that? Because we actually start picking up the Bible and reading it, and we no longer listen to your lies anymore. Read.
He that killed with the sword.
Did they kill 100 million of our foremothers during the transatlantic slave trade? And they still shooting us down in the street unjustly, like we just read to you out the Bible. You see that all on the news when you watch the news, right? Or when you hear about it on social media. Right? Read.
Must be killed with the sword.
What did the Lord say gonna happen to these Caucasians for what they done to God's chosen people? Read.
Must be killed with the sword.
It's not racism, it's just the truth of the Bible and the land that was plagiarized or a plethora of lies that was told in this land. And we out here to expose them lies, man. Whether you like it or not, we're reading the truth of the Bible. The same thing that Christ did when he came to the earth and they decapitated him for it. Give me that in Revelation 2 and let me go to Revelation 2 and I'm thinking we got it in there. Revelation 2 and 26. Yeah, right there. Read that. Revelation 2 and 26 while I can't get that. Read. I ain't got
The
highlighted.
book of Revelation 2 and 26. And he that overcome and keep my works unto the end.
So we got to overcome a lot of things, King. You know the main thing that when we wake up to this truth that we got to overcome? You want to know what that is? Because a lot of people hated Christ 2,000 years ago. But when the so-called white man enslaved us and gave us this Christ, everybody loves this guy because he lets you do what you want. But the Christ of the Bible said you got to repent and change, right? Let me show you what we got to overcome. Give me Mark 13 and 13 real fast. No, hold that. Give me Mark 13 and 13 on your phone. All right? We want to show you what we got to overcome because a lot of people hate us for out here teaching the truth. Because our people have been indoctrinated with lies so long, they don't even want to hear the truth. It's sad. But we out here to ring their ears with these words, so in judgment day they can't say that they ain't hear these words. It goes for everybody. Everybody getting their judgment, and our people, we warning them, telling them to repent before it's too late, because they're going to be thrown in the lake of fire. Read.
The book of Mark, chapter 13 and verse 13. And you shall be hated of all men.
The Lord said we're going to be hated of all men. Ain't the black man hated of all men all over the United States of America? That's why there's no justice, no peace. That's why these devils keep perpetuating the lie that they're telling our people in their school system. Give us Black History Month and only showing us as slaves, knowing that the Bible say we used to rule the planet.
That's
and that
right.
the blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians are the true Israelites according to the Bible. Give a brother a flyer real quick. Read.
For my name's sake.
For his name's sake. So the black Messiah of the Bible say the real Jews will be hated of everybody for his name's sake. Give me Revelation 2 and 26. Get back where he was. And you know what I mean? Yeah, I got you. Where's that? Read. Hold on, little cat.
The book of Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 26.
Come on.
And he that overcomes.
So the Bible says he that overcomes. Come on, we got to overcome all the persecution we're going to be receiving from our family members. Because the Lord said when you repent, you make yourself a target. Everybody start thinking you strange when you keep God's laws. God's laws are not done away with like they teach in the church. The Bible says unless you keep God's laws through faith in Christ, you will not be saved. That's what the Bible says. Read.
And keep my works unto the end. To him.
He said we got to keep his works unto the end, meaning these commandments. Read.
To him will I give power over the nations.
He said he's going to give us power over these nations, bro, man. Right? That did this to us. And what we going to do?
And he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
We're going to rule them with a rod of iron. What we going to do to them?
As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers.
The Lord said they're going to be broken to pieces and we're going to be whipping them to the white meat like they did us. They don't understand that they have a great judgment. Give me Obadiah 15. You read what you got in Micah.
Book of Micah, chapter 4, verse 13. Arise and thresh, O daughter of Zion.
Because we're the daughter of Zion. We're the children of Israel. They make mockeries of us like in that movie called The Matrix. Talking about they woke up and went to Zion. See, we are here to wake you blacks and Hispanics up to the truth so you can come to the kingdom of Israel.
That's right.
Read.
For I will make your horn iron.
He said he gonna make us iron, man. They ain't gonna be able to stop us in that day. We're gonna have bodies like angels. And that's what the so-called white man know. That's why he's giving executive orders all over the earth to constantly kill our people, man. Kidnapping our women, stealing their uteruses so that these homosexuals can have babies. They're doing all kind of evil and satanic experiments. They kidnapping all men, women, and children and stealing their organs, selling it on the black market. This is all the evil things that the black Messiah, the Bible, is coming to save his people from. Read.
And I will make your host rise,
Come on, what we gonna do to these other nations?
and you shall beat in pieces,
What we gonna do to the ministry? What we gonna do to them?
and you shall beat in pieces
We gonna beat them in pieces the same way they beat our foremothers when they hung them on them trees, when they put yokes of iron upon our neck, when they whooped that brother back in. You see that? These are the evil things that they did to us, man. And God said when our Savior get here, they got hell to pay. This is why they hate when young men like us rise up and tell the truth. See, we could be like everybody else out here smoking weed, chasing girls, but we don't give a damn about that.
That's right.
You know why? Because we chasing the kingdom.
That's
Get out.
Look at all the stuff they did to us. Feeding our babies to alligator bait. Meanwhile, they thinking that they gonna get away with this. Y'all wait till the black Messiah get back here. It's fun and games now, but watch.
That's right.
The Lord said, he that laugh now, right? You're gonna be destroyed. Read that again.
And you shall beat in pieces many people,
He said you're gonna beat in pieces many people. Read.
and I will consecrate their gain unto the Lord.
He said everything that they own, all these riches came is coming to us. Everything. Listen to this. God don't play. Give me 2 Ezra 5 and 42. See, you don't get away with what you're doing, what you did to God to the people. Because the Bible says we are the apple of his eye. We was given into their hand for a time because we broke his commandments. But now, we get ready to be made free when our Savior get here. The only simple thing that God is asking us to do is just to keep his commandments through the faith of his son, man. That's the only thing we got to do. Read on.
Book of Obadiah 1 and 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen.
You know who the heathen is? Anybody outside this chart right here. Anybody you see outside this chart is a heathen. Everybody that's on this chart make up the 12 lost tribes of the children of Israel, which is the blacks and the Spanish. Read.
As you have done, it shall be done unto you.
As they whipped our foremothers' backs in, ripped the baby out their pregnant womb, and cast it to dogs, the Bible says it's coming back to you. How do we know it's coming back soon? Because there's blood rivers all over the earth.
That's right.
There's wildfires everywhere. And while y'all sitting around playing, celebrating these pagan holidays that y'all was conditioned to do, the Bible says that Christ is coming as a thief in the night. And you're going to get caught up and swept in that storm. And there ain't no getting out of that judgment when the Messiah gets back. In fact, y'all think Christ is coming back to give hugs and kisses? Let's see what Christ said out of his own mouth, out the Bible. Give me Luke 19 and 27. Finish reading that.
The reward shall return upon your own head.
So the Bible says you Caucasians and everybody that has something to do with the Israelite slavery, he said their reward is going to be returned upon their own head. Brother man, do you know that? That everything they've done to us, we're going to do to them according to the Bible. You got a few minutes to hear the word of the Lord, King? Read. I don't know what he's saying.
The book of Luke, chapter 19 and verse 27. But those, my enemies,
So Christ in the Bible said he got enemies. Who is God's enemies? Give me Nehemiah 5 and 7. Give me James 4 and 4 to find out who God's enemies is. You blacks and Hispanics are God's chosen people. You're going to find out that you're his enemies if you keep breaking his commandments. So he has a natural enemy, which is the other nations outside of the 12 on this chart right here. You got that? Whoever get there first. Notice how we calling out the Bible and reading something that your pastor can't do in the Christian church because he's not sent by God. And I thought the sister was coming back to hear the word, but I guess Valentine's Day was more important to her. Read.
the book of Nehemiah, chapter 5 and verse 7. Then I consulted with myself.
Come on.
And I rebuked the nobles and the rulers and said,
Just like we out here rebuking the nobles and the rulers. We know who we know. That's it, okay? What do you know? Bible's not read.
he said, then I consulted with myself, and I rebuked the nobles and the rulers and said unto them, you exact usury, every one of his brothers. And I set a great assembly against him.
5 and 9. 5 and 9. Let's see 9. Let's see 9. Let's see 9. All right, come on.
Verse 9, Salagi. Also I say, it is not good that you ought you not to walk in the fear of our God, because of the reproach of the heathen, our enemies.
So a lot of our people are scared to repent because they're going to worry about what their mother's saying. They're going to worry about what their oppressor's saying. So they coon in front of them when they hear us out here teaching. And they got an Edomite friend or Gentile friend. And we out here telling them that there's retribution for all the evil things that they did to God's chosen people, which is you blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians. You are Israelites according to the Bible. You are not African American. You are not black. Those was forced on your ancestors. Those are titles. Those are not God-given nationalities. Read.
Verse 9, also I said, it is not good that you ought you not to walk in the fear of our God, because of the reproach of the heathen, our enemies.
So the heathen, anybody outside of the nation of Israel are our enemies, because it's evident. Look what y'all do to our nation year after year, gunning us down, poisoning our water supply, poisoning all them black men in the 50s specifically, shooting us down, kidnapping our children, selling their organs on the black market. Then you want to talk about God loves everybody and your garbage religion. Read what I told you again. James 4.
Look at James. And 4. You are adulterers and adulteress.
Now he's talking about our people because he married to the black, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. That is why the evil things happen to our people. Give me Jeremiah 3 and 14. You all right? You ready to get up out of here? Take that paper home, King. Look, hold it up, man. Don't mess it up. I want you to actually look those scriptures up, and you're going to find out that you're going to rule one day as long as you repent and keep the Heavenly Father's commandments. You hear me, King? Spread the message as much as your friends. And when you see us out here, holler at us, because we ain't just in this spot. I'm quite sure you've seen us around this city. This is your first time seeing us? You ain't never seen us up there on Ray Street? Okay, come on, let us know. We got a YouTube channel. Go ahead and like and subscribe and share so that we can wake our nation, man. Because once this gospel that we preaching now is preached to the four corners of the earth, the end gonna come. You understand? So hit us up, man. I got a number at the bottom. Hit me up, y'all. All right? All right, be easy. I'm Yohanan. You know him. That's Yohanan too. All right, read that.
Know you not that the friendship of the world is envy with the Most High.
It said that the friendship of the world is enmity against the Most High. So if you're a black and Hispanic or African American and you celebrate Halloween, you celebrate Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving, all these evil and satanic things that y'all do, even going to church, you are an adulterer. God never taught you to go into these churches. These things that you're doing today was forced on your ancestors. And you as their children ignorantly do these wicked and evil things and don't realize. When you celebrate Valentine's, you're celebrating a homosexual, pedophilic holiday. Do your research. I beg you. Read.
Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God.
So that's who the enemies of God is. So if you're a friend of the world and you doing satanic things, you are the enemy of God.